you probably don't believe in free will. And the way that I will tell you whether you do or not is with a very simple story. So there's a man, and he's walking down a little road, and he looks down the ground, and there's a stone there. And so he thinks for a moment, he looks up, he sees a guy he hates. Okay, he does not like this guy. He looks back down that rock, he's like, all right. He picks it up and he throws it at the guy. Rock flies through the air. It's not the rock's fault. It's not really doing anything. It's all the guy. The guy is the one who picked it up and made it do whatever it did. And so the rock hits the guy, the other guy, the victim, the evil guy, whatever, the guy he hated, and he's dead. Now, this is the decision that the man made. Was that a decision, though? Was that a choice? Now, a choice has two options. You've got the option to pick up the rock, and you've got the option to not pick up the rock. And that means that either of these options, both, have some chance of happening. Which means when we reverse time, we go back in time, we go, and the guy's walking down the road, and he sees the guy he hates. Time went by. It went back. He doesn't remember anything. Okay, his brain is the same. His surroundings are the same. The wind is the same. Everything is the same. He looks at that rock. Is he going to think anything different than what he just thought? And is there even a smidgen of a chance that he will not pick up the rock and move along? And if there isn't any smidgen of a chance, if you think that that man has no chance of not being a murderer, then that man had no free will. He had no choice. He did what he was always destined to do. Every time, anytime he walked down that road with that mentality at that time and saw that person, he would have killed him. And that means that choice wasn't a moral choice. There is no should there. He shouldn't have killed the man, or he should have killed the man. That doesn't matter, because he just did, and there was nothing that he could have done to stop it. He, not just the rock, that man was unable to stop himself from killing another man. And that makes him no different than the rock. The rock didn't decide to move through the air and hit that guy, and the man didn't decide to pick up the rock and throw it. The man just did what he was going to do every time, and there's nothing that he could do to change that. And so, if you don't believe in free will, you don't believe that time could reverse and you could do something different, then you also don't believe that anything is good or bad. Because in order for good or bad, a should or should not, you need to have a choice. And the choice has to be between good and bad. And if there is no choice between good or bad, then there is no should, there's only do. We will only do whatever it is that we were predestined to do all the time. There's nothing that you can change about your life, and you will always be a mindless robot that just does whatever the atoms in your body and brain tell you to. And I don't believe that. I believe that when you reverse time, the man will be able to do something different. And it's illogical. It's crazy. There's nothing, that is if this, then that about that. Okay, logic depends on if this is true, then that is true. If the man is in this circumstance, then he would do this thing. And that is what logic is based on. If you have any situation that could be possible that would make that if this, then that, but also maybe this, that's not going to follow any of the basic principles that we have in logic. And that's why, one of the reasons why I don't believe in logic either. I accept that my ideas are logical. They don't follow what one might hope to follow. Not like one of the ideas that first started when we came up with the humanities. We decided that humans are really important. We came up with logic. We came up with geometry. We came up with math. They made all of these things to try to explain the world, and what they do is they explain away everything until eventually there's nothing that we need to do. Why should you even explore that? There's no point, because there's no should if you explore that. There's no morality if you explore that. And at the end of the day, the actions that you do should not, I'm deciding that the actions that you do should not make it so you don't have morality. They should do the good thing. They shouldn't do the neutral thing or the bad thing. And by making the world into a neutral, objective reality that has everything set in stone, and you know everything about the world, what you're doing is you're taking away your freedom to make good or bad decisions. And that is what life is all about. Life is all about making good or bad decisions. And you are a collection of good or bad decisions. You are either evil or you are not evil. And you're probably a mix of both, because every single decision that you make in life is not going to be either good or evil. I mean, if you just take, for example, Hitler, he made a bunch of evil decisions overall, probably leaning in that direction, but maybe he pet his dog and his dog was happy. You never know. Maybe he did do some good things. And you're not Hitler, but you do make bad decisions sometimes, and you do maybe lie, or maybe you've stolen before, or maybe you've cheated. There's something that you've done that is morally questionable, and that was a choice that you made. And if you went back in time and you reset all of your memories to back to where you were before, you would be able to change those decisions, but you can't, because you can't rewind time. And that is who you are. You are the person that did those decisions. You aren't your belongings. You aren't how you look. You aren't your body. If I cut off your leg, you'd still be you. If I took away one of your memories, you'd still be you. But if I took away your ability to make decisions and use your free will to make moral decisions, then you would not be you anymore, because that is you. And you aren't your genes. You're not your upbringing, because those are outside of you. Those belong to you, but they aren't you. Anything that belongs to you isn't you.